good, YouTube fam? Welcome back to another video, man. As always, it's your boy Bobby back again. That's right, man. Your boy Bobby is back. What's going on, guys? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. We're back in the BRZ for another Bustelo break. The way I'm gonna do this video, I'm gonna probably talk for like a minute or two about updates, what's going on, and just to talk to you guys for a couple minutes to see how everything is. If you want to just skip to the topic, it's gonna be right here on the screen. Skip the video to this time and you'll be where you want to be. Some of you may or may not know, I just got back from a cruise. It was fantastic. I went on a 14-day cruise with my girlfriend to the Caribbean, to West Caribbeans. It was awesome. We hit 7 different islands and it was super duper nice. I'm gonna be posting some content. I already posted 2 videos from it. I'll probably be posting like 1 or 2 more videos from the cruise. I'm not gonna, you know, overflow you guys with content. I'm just doing this so that later on, if I ever want to look back, if me and my girlfriend ever want to look back to a memory, I can simply click on the video and see what we did and stuff like that. But it's awesome to be back. I'm ready to grind, man. Those 2 weeks off, I needed that. It was amazing. No social media, no internet, nothing. It was just me and my girlfriend, a couple books, and just a good time on the beach, you know, relaxing, not worrying about what I was eating, man. But I'm so happy to be back to the grind, back to, you know, working hard and making more videos. Once I start making a little bit more money from my second job, we can start doing the turbo install and everything like that. It is winter time. I don't know how I feel about installing turbo during the winter time, so I'll see how I feel. If not, we'll put it off until it starts getting a little bit warmer, and we'll start doing other little small mods to the car in the meantime. But we're definitely going to be doing more things to the BRZ. I want to get a second car, like a project car. I don't know what yet. I definitely want to get a drift car. But that's just me, like, giving you guys some ideas of where this channel might go, what you should be expecting from this channel. That's enough blabbling on. Would I rebuy the BRZ? It's a simple question, but yet it's also a complicated question, because I've had this car for about it's gonna be 4 years that I've had this car. Obviously I've had my ups and downs with it, but would I rebuy this car? Yes, I would. That's a simple answer right there. Yes. Obviously we're gonna break it down into these topics. We're gonna talk about dailyability, you know, how it is as a daily. We're gonna talk about modability, you know, if you can mod it, you know, what it's gonna cost for you to be able to mod your car, and what you're really giving up and sacrificing in order to have a modded car. And we're also gonna talk about cost, you know, money to maintain, money to buy, and just money overall, and like how much money you should be expecting to be spending owning this car, depending on where you live. Performance, obviously that's a huge thing that people really, you know, obviously that's like gonna determine whether you buy a car or not. So we'll be talking a little bit about performance, and we're gonna be talking about comfort and style as another topic all on its own. Comfort and style, I feel like it's a good thing to touch base on, because that's also another thing that might sway you away from buying a car, or might sway you from buying a car. So we're gonna hit those topics right now. Dailyability. So I live in New York. For anybody that doesn't know, obviously right now it's winter time, it's freezing cold. I have driven this car through 4 winters already. I can say that dailyability in the winter time is definitely possible. It's definitely doable. The only disadvantage to this being a rear-wheel drive car, obviously you're gonna have to be prepared for winter time. Whereas where you have like a 4-wheel drive car, or an all-wheel drive car, or even a front-wheel drive car, you don't really think about it as much. You don't really have to put it in the back of your head as much when you do a rear-wheel drive car, because there was 2 times where I went into winter with like really bald tires, and I wasn't thinking about it. Obviously I had a lot of scary moments. I got stuck once or twice in the snow, so that was really unfortunate. It was a huge headache. It was a pain in the neck. So obviously I learned from my mistakes. I bought myself a set of winter tires, and I learned to control my car better in the snow. So after all these things, you know, it's more doable now, I would say. So daily in this car in the winter is possible. Yes, it's gonna cost you a little bit more than it would an all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive car, because you have to invest in a set of winter tires, and you're not gonna drive winter tires around all year, so you also have to have a set of summer tires or all-season tires, or you might just get a set of all-season tires and forget about it. But obviously if you're buying this car, you're buying it for its performance, and sometimes all season tires are not the greatest. You know, they have some decent ones obviously, but you obviously would like to have a nice set of summer tires that were made for performance. That's my opinion. In terms of dailability, it's a small car, so you also have to keep that in consideration. The back seats are pretty much useless. Put it this way, if you have a family and you have kids, I don't recommend this car unless you can have a second car that is a bigger car for your family. If you can afford that, then I would recommend it. Otherwise, don't give yourself the headache. If you have dogs, if you have pets, it's also a headache to put a dog in here. You know, you don't have a lot of room to play around with. For a sports car, that has a decent trunk. If you're trying to fit maybe like your BMX bikes in the back, you can definitely do that by putting the back seats down. But family wise, I don't recommend it. I recommend it for like a single guy or like somebody in a relationship with no kids, no responsibilities like that. So, you know, keep that in consideration. It is a comfortable car. I have the Limited, so it does have its perks. It has heated seats, dual climate control. The head unit sucks complete ass. It's terrible. So that's one of the things that I would probably be swapping out of this car. The seats are pretty snug. A thing that I complain about, maybe it's just the way my back is set up after long drives. My back starts killing me and it hurts a lot. I don't have too many complaints with its dailability. It's so good on gas, man. Honestly, obviously it's a 4-cylinder, so you're not spending a lot of money on gas, so that's a humongous plus. If you're a student, this is a great car to commute. It's comfortable, it's fun, especially if you get it in the manual. Save the manuals. Overall, it's a comfortable car for a single or a person within a relationship that has no responsibilities of kids. And we're gonna be rating each category. So dailability, you know, it really depends what aspect you're looking at it from. If you're a single guy, it's a nice daily, but the drawbacks is that it's rear-wheel drive. It's not that great in the snow. It's pretty small, you know. So 1 to 5, I give it like a 2.5 in dailability, because it really depends where you live and what your needs are. So I give it a 2.5. Modability. Okay, so the aftermarket scene in this car, it's pretty big. It's insane. You know, you can find a lot of discounted parts, used parts on Facebook. You can, you know, do stuff like that. Obviously, you have to do your research and know what you're buying. You have to know what you're paying for and what it is that you're getting, because otherwise you can get ripped off. You know, you don't want to get something that's like broken or overused or misused. If you're buying used parts, you can buy a lot of aftermarket parts online as well, brand new. The market is insane. It's huge. It's similar to the Civic. You know, like the Civic aftermarket scene is humongous. There's so many things you can buy and order online, and it's the same thing for BRZ, FRS, GT86s. But like I said, do your research. I'm not saying that it's cheap. I'm not saying that these parts are cheap and that they're inexpensive. Obviously, it's going to cost you. But if you're definitely looking to mod this car, you have so many options. There's so many different things. You can make this car completely different from anybody else. You know, obviously everybody has, you see a lot of the same builds and like similar builds, but there's so many little things that you can do to the car to set it aside and make it different, to make it your own. So modability, I say it's really good. It's pretty simple. It's not like you know, any German engineering. It's, you know, it's Subaru and Toyota, so it's very not easy. Okay, it's not very easy, but it's simpler than some other companies are to mod. So modability, I would probably rate it a 4. So that's where I would sit in modability. It costs. Now this ranges, you know, let me look up what the cost is for an FRS right now. Alright, so I'm looking on Car Gurus right now, and I'm looking at a 2016 Scion FRS, which is let's round it up to $15,000. And that's a great deal because it's below the market. There's also one here for $12,000, which is a 2015 FRS with only 93,000 miles. Another one for $12,000 FRS with 98,000 miles. Look at this. There's one for $9,000, 2015 with 56,000 miles. So there's really, like, look at this. Another one, Scion FRS. R series or FRS release series for 15,000. So, you know, you're looking at anywhere from like 8,000 to a brand new one is like 30,000. So that's like 33,000 right there. That's the range. That's what you're looking at. Anywhere from 9,000 for an FRS to about 33,000 for a brand new BRZ. So that's the range. Obviously, you know, depending on what you need, how much money you have, how much you're looking to spend. If you're not, I recommend you don't finance these cars. If you can save up the money, save up 10 grand, 11 grand, and just buy it right out. You know, I don't recommend, or like pay a huge chunk off, would be my recommendation. And if you really want to, I would recommend just going for an FRS, like an older FRS, like 2015, 2016 would be a good year. There weren't that many recalls on those. I would recommend doing it that way instead of spending all your money and then going and financing a brand new FRS BRZ GT86. The difference in the years is really nothing serious. You guys are really not missing out much. If you're somebody that's looking to just mod the cars, you're looking for a nice car to build, definitely recommend going for like a 2015, 16 and paying like $11,000-$12,000 for an FRS. Doesn't matter, you know, a Subaru and a FRS, it's the same thing at the end of the day. You're not getting any performance because of the badge, so you know, don't worry about the brand name, and don't worry about whether it's FRS or BRZ. It's all the same at the end of the day. Cost, I would probably rate it for what you're getting. I would rate it maybe a 3 sounds good, because you know, you're still, at the end of the day, you're still paying a lot of money for only 200 horsepower, which is probably the biggest complaint that people say out there. So I'd probably rate it a 3. If it had a little bit more juice in the tank, then I would probably rate it a 4. But because it's only 200 horsepower and what you're paying for, you know, may not seem worth it to some people, I would rate it a 3. Now the next topic, and what everybody loves to talk crap about this car, is performance. Obviously, it's 200 real horsepower. It's a rear-wheel drive car. It weighs 2,700 pounds curb weight, and that's pretty much it. It's a 6-speed manual. You can get a 6-speed manual or automatic, or semi-automatic with the paddles. But that's pretty much it. You know, there's not really anything insane to it. It's a 4-cylinder boxer engine, so some people like the boxer engine, some people don't really like it. But performance wise, it's a fun balanced car. The weight distribution was perfect on this car. It really is a completely balanced car. The 200 horsepower, in my opinion, for a beginner, for somebody that's getting into the car scene, somebody that's just learning about cars, it's perfect. Even for somebody that's an enthusiast that really focus more on how the car feels and the fun factor of the car, it's definitely more, you know, it's worth it more to them than somebody that's more about horsepower and speed. So performance wise, I'd give it maybe a 3.5, a 3.4. Let's go 3.4, because you know, it is only 200 horsepower at the end of the day, but it's super balanced. It's a fun car. It's really fun car, especially if you lower it, you put some high performance tires on it, and with some simple mods you can fix the torque dip, you can fix a lot of stuff, and have a really fun weekend car or overall daily driver. Comfort and style, we touched base with this a little bit in the daily ability, but it is a comfortable car. In my opinion, it's a pretty comfortable sports car. The steering wheel is pretty small, you know, it fits in your hands nice. I like the design of the steering wheel. I like pretty much the design of the interior. Is really cool. It's you know, it feels nice. It's pretty basic, I guess, in terms of style. You know, you're not getting any like insane leather, you're not getting any like Alcantara suede. Obviously there's some upgraded versions, but for the most part it's pretty basic, and you don't need anything insane in a little sports car like this. The styling from the outside, I think it's a beautiful car. The body lines, the way it was crafted, and just the way it was designed, in my opinion, I think it's a gorgeous looking car. With some tasteful mods, you can make it even more, you know, even more stylish and more your own taste and your own little things that can really make you happy. Every time you're walking away from the car, you turn around and you see that beautiful thing sitting there, man. I'm just telling you, man, it feels so good. But in my opinion, it is a very stylish car from the outside. The interior obviously could use a little bit more work, but at the end of the day, it is a sports car, and you know, I guess you pay what you get for it, and you pay what you get for it. Really, Bobby? Wow. You get what you pay for. So I would probably rate it like maybe a 3 overall. So we're gonna tally up the score. Boom, that's my score right here. Out of 25, this is what the BRZ scored in my book. Let me know what you guys would rate it. Let me know what you guys rate every single one of these things, and give me your explanations why. I would love to hear what people have to say about the BRZ. Are people still talking about this car in 2020? I don't know, man. I'm just out here making vlogs for you guys, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys found this informational or whatever. Hopefully this persuade you to get the car. It is overall an amazing car, and I highly recommend it to all you kids out there looking for a dope, fun car to daily drive and, you know, do some donuts and shiz, man. I'll catch you boys in the next video. Peace out.
4 in the morning, know that I'm zoned and roll up the potent, smoking the propane, mixing the potion, mixing the 20 with Henny and Remy, balling out finger roll, yeah, with the jelly, vibing out, you can find me at the telly, the drugs kicking in, damn, my palms getting sweaty, know that I'm peaking, yeah, I be speeding.